Object-oriented programming with Java. Object-oriented programming is a computer programming model. Object-oriented programming organizes software design around data or objects rather than functions and logic. A program which is written in object-oriented programming language is a set of classes organized to perform specific tasks. The video will explain classes and objects and four main object-oriented concepts: inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, and polymorphism. Class and objects. A class is a blueprint for creating objects. An object is an instance of a class. In the example here, dog is the class. A particular dog called Ryan is an instance of the dog class. Houses are built on a plan. The plan is the blueprint, which is the class, and the derived houses are objects. These are some examples for objects of animal class. Attributes. Attributes are defined in the class template and represent the state of an object. Objects will have data stored in the attributes field. The attributes defined in the class will become variables in the program. There are three types of variable: instance variables, class or static variables, and local variables. Instance variables are variables defined in a class which are outside the methods and constructors. Class or the static variables are variables which are declared with static keyword, which are not bound to objects. The value of this kind of variables are shared among all objects derived from a class. Local variables are variables declared inside methods and constructors. Methods are functions that are defined inside a class that describes the behaviors of an object. Here the dog is the class, object is Ryan, which is derived from the dog class. Here the dog class has properties such as color, eye color, height, length, and weight. The functions that dog can perform are methods. They are sit, lay down, shake, and come. The object derived from the class has values for the properties defined in the class. Here the Ryan has color, eye color, height, length, and weight. The value of color is gray, white, and black. The value of eye color is blue and brown. The value of height is 18 inches. The value of length is 36 inches. The value of weight is 30 pounds. Also, the Ryan can sit, lay down, shake, and come. The object is the runtime entity of the class, the UML representation of a class. The name of the class is car. Color and ear are attributes. Here the car is the constructor, which initializes color and ear. Display info is a method. Here both the Java representation and the UML representation of a class. The private string color is defined inside the class diagram. Private int ear, those are attributes, also instance variables. The constructor, which is used to initialize the private variables here, color and ear. The method displayInfo will display the car color and the ear. The car class has an object called myCar. Using the new keyword, the myCar object is created. Using the constructor, the values for the color and the year are passed to the myCar object. In using the displayInfo method, the myCar object will display the color and the year of the class. Inheritance. Inheritance is the concept where a child class inherits properties and methods from a parent class. Inheritance allows one class to inherit the fields and methods of another. Here the car is the base class. Toyota and BMW are inheriting the methods and properties of the car class. A UML representation of inheritance. Here the cylinder class inherits methods and properties of circle class. The supercar is called the base class and the subclass or the child class is called the derived class. Here the circle is the superclass, cylinder is the subclass. A Java example for inheritance. Here the bike class extends vehicle. Vehicle is the superclass, bike is the subclass. These are the types of inheritance: single, multi-level, hierarchical, and hybrid. These are Java examples of type of inheritance. In Java, multiple inheritance is not supported. A class cannot inherit more than one class. With inheritance, developers can reuse existing code, improve code maintainability, create more flexible and scalable programs. Encapsulation. Encapsulation is the concept where data and functionality are kept together and hidden from the outside world. Encapsulation is the act of keeping the fields in a class private and providing access to them via public methods. To make variables, methods, or the class private or public, the access modifiers are used. The public attribute, method, or the class can be accessed from the outside class. If the access modifier is default, which can be accessed within the Java package. If the access modifier is private, the class or the attribute or the variable can access with the class itself. If there is an attribute called protected, which can be accessed by its subclass and the same class. Encapsulation is the process of grouping together data members and functions into a single unit known as class. A real-world example for encapsulation. The variables and methods are inside the capsule. The salary is a private variable which can be accessed through setters and getters. Setters and getters are public methods. Protecting code from external interferences makes it easier to maintain and update in the longer run. Those are the encapsulation benefits. Abstraction. Abstraction is an object-oriented programming concept that involves hiding the complex reality while exposing only the necessary parts of objects and classes to the outside world. A real-world example of abstraction. The engineer knows what happens inside the car, but the driver knows how to drive. The thing that engineer can see is invisible to the driver. In object-oriented programming, abstraction can be achieved using abstract classes and interfaces. In this real-world example, circle and rectangles are extending the shape abstract class. Circle and rectangle classes implements the shape interface. Abstract class and interface are the type of abstractions. The drivable is an interface. it has abstract method called drive. The drive method is implemented in the subclass called car. In the main class, it describes how to achieve the abstraction. Here the animal is an abstract class which has abstract method and concrete method. The abstract method should be defined or implemented inside the subclass. This is how the program is written to achieve the abstraction. Abstraction helps code reusable and easier to maintain. Polymorphism. Polymorphism is the ability of an object to take on many forms. Polymorphism allows methods to do different things based on the object that it is acting upon. This is a real-world example of polymorphism. When one asked to speak to animal, they speak their own way. The class animal has sound method. Dog is a subclass of animal which has sound method too. The cat is another subclass of animal which has sound method. All these three classes have sound method. The sound method is executed based on the type of the object created. That is polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism, method overloading and method overriding. Method overloading called compile time polymorphism, which is having multiple methods with same name but with different signature in the same class. This is an example of method overloading. The add methods are having different method signatures. The method signatures can be different with their data types also. Method overriding is called the runtime polymorphism. The concept where a child class provides its own implementation of a method that is already defined in the parent class. Here the sound method is inside the superclass animal. Inside the subclasses, the sound method can be seen. In this example, the getArea method is given in the cylinder subclass as well as circle superclass. The cylinder class's getArea method is overriding the getArea method of the circle or the superclass, which is method overriding. In this example, dog has eat method. Animal also has eat method. But the subclass object dog objects are executing the eat method defined in the dog class. Polymorphism enables to write more reusable and flexible code. These all are about object-oriented concepts. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe Tech ICTN YouTube channel.